In this lecture, we'll discuss a specific state feedback controller known as the linear quadratic regulators. They are also known as LQR controllers. So here we'll consider a causal LTI system whose state space representation is of the order n. There are p number of outputs and m number of inputs, and our assumption is that the pair AB is controllable. Now, as you know, the state feedback controller is such that the input is set to minus kx, where k is the control gain matrix and x is the state that is being state vector that is fed back for this particular controller. Now, LQR or the linear quadratic regulator is a specific state feedback controller. It is an optimal control where the gain matrix K is designed such that a particular cost function, which is denoted by J in this case, is actually minimized while it is subjected to the system dynamics given in equation 1, which is basically the CLTI system that we have in hand. Okay, so the cost function that you see here is a quadratic cost function and involves the state vector, the input vector, and two constant matrices Q and R. The Q matrix is a positive semi-definite matrix and the R matrix is a positive definite matrix. When I say positive semi-definite and positive definite, I also am assuming that these matrices are real and symmetric. Okay, so when we optimize this particular cost, we get the control gain matrix K as R inverse B transpose P. Now this P that we have got here is a positive definite matrix and is again a solution to a very specific equation, which is this: PA plus A transpose P minus PBR inverse B transpose P plus Q equal to 0. But the known quantities are the system matrices A and B and the matrices in the cost function Q and R. The only unknown that we have is the P matrix, for which we need to solve this. Now the K that we obtain here is actually such that it stabilizes the closed loop system. So the eigenvalues of A minus Bk will all be on the negative open left half of the complex plane. Also, for a given set of A, B, Q and R, for a given A, B, Q, R quadruplet, P is always unique. It will be unique and symmetric. Okay, P is unique, real, symmetric, positive, definite that we obtain here. Now the equation 2 that you see here is also known as the algebraic Riccati equation. So we need to solve this algebraic Riccati equation or the ARE to obtain this P matrix, and once we obtain the P matrix, we will be able to obtain the control gain matrix K. Now the question is, how do we solve for this ARE? To see the solution, we'll start by rewriting this ARE in the form of product of matrices. So if we break this down, we eventually get this particular break. So we have a n cross 2n matrix being multiplied with the 2n cross 2n matrix, which is again being multiplied with the 2n cross n matrix, and that is equal to 0. Now this 2n cross 2n matrix is composed of A, B, Q and R, all the known terms, and the unknown term has been passed on to the n cross 2n and 2n cross n matrices. Please note that the in here is denoting n cross n identity matrix. Okay, now this 2n cross 2n matrix that has appeared here will denote that as M, and so this is the equation that we have finally got by arranging the ARE and expressing it as a product of three matrices. Okay, so now what we'll do is, let's pre-multiply this, pre-multiply the LHS and RHS with W inverse and post multiply by W. So W is what? W is basically a n cross n matrix. It is an invertible matrix. So we'll see that this W, when it satisfies certain properties, then it will help us in finding the matrix P that satisfies the algebraic Riccati equation. Okay, so we'll be actually solving for this W and hence solving for the P. Okay, now coming back to the pre-multiplication and post-multiplication. So once you pre-multiply and post-multiply to the equations shown above, we get equation 3. Okay. Now, if W is a matrix such that it satisfies equation 4. Okay, now if you observe equation 4, what I have said is the capital lambda here is a n cross n matrix, and it's not the complete Jordan form representation of M, rather a partial Jordan form. When I say partial, why? Because M is a matrix of the size 2n cross 2n, so it will have 2n number of eigenvalues, but lambda here consists of only n eigenvalues, and these eigenvalues are the eigenvalues of M which have negative real part. Okay, so lambda is the Jordan form representation, partial Jordan form representation of M, of the matrix M, such that its eigenvalues are having negative real part. Okay, so this is what we want the W to be satisfying with respect to M. Okay, now suppose that we are able to find such a W that satisfies this particular relationship, then if I substitute 4, equation 4 in equation 3, then what I have is this particular equation. Now if you observe, we see that for the choice of W that we have made in equation 4, the LHS and RHS become equal. So both of them are actually 0. The RHS is 0 and the LHS with this particular substitution of W is also 0, which essentially means with such a choice of W, the algebraic Riccati equation will definitely be satisfied, and hence, will definitely be satisfied by the corresponding P that turns out from the use of such a W. Okay, so now we'll see how to solve for this W and P in this particular product. Now, what does equation 4 suggest? So if you observe here in equation 4, for the Jordan form, whatever eigenvalues are present in the Jordan form, that similarity transform matrix is composed of the corresponding eigenvectors, whether they are OEVs or GVs. Okay, so those form the columns of the similarity transform matrix. Now here lambda is consisting of eigenvalues with a negative real part, so they are the eigenvalues of M. So W and PW, the matrix that you see here, is actually a matrix which has its columns formed by the eigenvectors OEVs or GVs or both, corresponding to the eigenvalues that are in the capital lambda, or that are which are actually also a part of the capital M matrix. Okay, so equation 4 essentially says that WPW will yield our solution for P, and for the matrix from 4 we also see that WPW is such that its columns are eigenvectors of the eigenvalues of M which have negative real part. Okay, so this is basically based on the discussions that we had in some lecture which was on eigenvectors and eigenvalues, basically the Jordan forms. Now, given that we have established that WPW is a matrix composed of whose columns are basically the eigenvectors corresponding to the eigenvalues with negative real part, that means I can write it in this particular form. Okay, now the size of WPW size is 2n cross n, so there are n number of columns and 2n number of rows, so each vector is of the size 2n cross 1. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll divide both these vectors into two n cross 1 components. So v1 I'll represent it with v1u and v1d. Similarly, v2 I'll represent it with v2u and v2d, and so on. Okay, why I'm doing this? Because W is a n cross n matrix and PW is also a n cross n matrix. So if I take the upper half of the matrix, which is basically formed by v1u, v2u till vnu, that forms the W, and the lower part forms the PW. So once I have the W, what is P? P is nothing but the lower part post multiplied by W inverse. This gives me P. So this P is essentially the solution of the algebraic Riccati equation. Okay. Now if you use this P to get the control gain matrix K, then you will see that the eigenvalues of A minus Bk are going to be on the open left half of the complex plane. Now I leave it up to you to check the following. With the key obtained through such a method, you will have the locations, exact locations of where the eigenvalues of A minus Bk would be. You also know what are the negative eigenvalues that participated in the construction of the matrix lambda. Try to see if there is a relationship between the eigenvalues of A minus Bk and the eigenvalues of the capital lambda, or the negative real part eigenvalues of M that you have, and see what you basically can conclude about them. We'll discuss how to solve this LQR, or how to use this method to find out the P matrix and hence the control gain matrix through a particular example. We'll also see a very special case of this LQR formulation uh, in the forthcoming lecture. So we'll stop here. Thank you.